Most of us are guilty of this, using single-use disposables. So according to Today Online, we generated around 1,334 tons of extra waste from that 2-month circuit breaker period when we were doing takeaways and tapao and all that kind of things. So that is actually quite significant. So since 2017, Zero Waste SG has actually started the BYO movement, and this is basically bring your own movement, bring your own cup, bring your own container, bring your own whatever to put your food and drinks. And as of September 2020, I think they have over 1,000 plus participating outlets from around 137 brands. So that is great news for those of us who are looking to save the environment and save money at the same time. So the first benefit of the BYO movement is that you actually get to save some money while saving the environment at the same time. So if you look at the list of brands that are participating in the BYO movement, the cafes especially, they're offering things like 30 to 50 cents off your coffee or 10% off your total bill, which is pretty nice. I mean, you get a nice 10% discount. It may not be significant for a one-time purchase, but if it's like a coffee that you buy every morning and you get 50 cents off, it's still pretty good savings in the long run. Likewise for the food, when you bring your own containers, you also get some savings. So I would say that first benefit is you get to save some money, may not be super significant, but still 10% off your total bill. So that's a pretty good benefit to have. Now the second benefit may not be an obvious benefit to you, but it still helps the environment and it helps our hawkers as well. So the second benefit is it does help the hawkers. Usually when you are taking away food, sometimes if you're taking away food, they don't actually charge you for the extra cost of that one-time disposable container that you're taking your food or drinks away in. So by bringing your own container, you are basically lessening the cost for them, because otherwise they're absorbing the cost of the containers. And I think being hawkers, I think is a very difficult job, so why not help them out by bringing your own container so that they don't need to pay for your own container as well. Even in the case where they do charge you for the cost of that container, they are just basically covering their cost. So for them, again, additional logistical work to bring in the container, they don't charge you any margin on the container. So I think it just makes sense to bring your own container. Now the third benefit is that you are saving on resources. So whenever we think about a single plastic cup, so let's take for example your bubble tea plastic cup. It is a single-use container that for which its useful life only lasts from the time it's filled to the time it's emptied to the time you toss it to the bin. But if you look at the entire lifespan on that plastic cup, you're looking at the production all the way to packing, down to distribution, to unpacking at the retailer, to getting used. Then it goes into the trash bin after being used for maybe an hour in the time that you used to consume your bubble tea. And even after it gets into the trash, it doesn't stop there, because then there is the disposal costs that come with it, and then it goes into the environment as a microplastic, depending on how it gets recycled. You guys probably have seen like overflowing rubbish bins with plastic containers, so that basically brings across the point that we really don't need that many disposable cups in the environment, especially if it's serving like a single-use kind of purpose. And this brings me to my last point, which is microplastics. So if you think about it, we're living in a world that is full of microplastics, be it in the food that we eat or the water that we drink. It would cause repercussions in the long run, especially if ingesting and breathing in microplastics actually has a tangible effect on our health. Because if it leads to health problems down the road, it is not fully researched at this point, that further increase medical cost burden for us in the long run. And this is another reason why it's a good idea for us to actually reduce the use of plastics in our daily lives. There's also another big reason why I would bring my own cup if I were to visit a cafe to get a hot beverage, because 1, I get to save money, 2, I get to save the environment, and 3, I can basically avoid more microplastics like melted plastic or chemical compounds that's in my food and drinks. So those are the 4 reasons why I think that it is a good idea to support the BYO movement in 2021 and going forward. and I'll see you in the next video. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any tips on how to make the BYO experience a better experience. See you next time. Bye!